Good, thank you. It was a BeLive issue, so I don't know why it wasn't choosing my microphone on the BeLive. I've got it plugged in. It's certainly saying it's there. Can you hear me now? No, it's not on the BeLive. Oh, dear. So thank you for your patience, Kerry, Diane and Nikki, but on my BeLive, it has got the sound. Yay sound. On the BeLive, Prue's got no sound. Tracy has, yes, there is sound again. And Prue, good now? Great. Thank you. Thank you. I'll continue onwards. So thank you. Thank you so much for your patience. You people really are wonderful. So the snake, we'll get back to the snake in the workspace. So for me, like there is the balancing of two sides to everything, so that even though I know the guidebooks and the rest will say that it's a negative card, but when you actually look at the balance in the environment of what the energy can't lip read. Oh, it's good practice, isn't it? And Carol, great. Hi, Carol. I just noticed that you're here too. Wonderful. It's one of those things when my mum had an aviary with birds. She used to keep budgies, breeding budgies and canaries and things like that. And with aviaries, the size that she had, there was a lot of bird seed and feed that would drop to the ground. What that then did was attract the mice to eat the seed and some of the, the normal bugs and stuff that you get. So, but with the mice that were being attracted to eat the seed that had fallen to the ground, there was also the attraction of snakes to come in to actually feed on the mice. So in effect, yes, it attracted what you'd consider in and around a home yard as things you didn't really want. It was actually still creating that natural balance of what was the way of nature, of the food being there and present, and that natural predatorial sequence of how the animals survive and live. So even though the snake on its surface would seem to be a negative thing in the yard, it was keeping control of the mice. The mice were cleaning up the extra seed and all of that type of thing. Sometimes the mice would bite the legs off the birds too, canaries especially. But, it's all... That was a bit sad. I don't know why I brought that up. But it's what is the natural balance of things. So even though there is this snake energy that's actually in our workspace this morning, it's also about an awareness of what is going on behind the scenes. So sometimes there is, and it can be the people who are working behind the scenes that go unnoticed and unappreciated in your workspace. And I'm feeling that that's the energy of having the awareness of all the little details of what it takes to actually create that product or service or sequence of events that moves it into what we are actually able to sell or use as the service to earn our livings and keep it's the societal functions happening. As we've noticed with all that this year has presented, some businesses have been doing really badly, having to close and all that sort of stuff, but others have been flourishing because of different shifts in what is needed. So it's having that flexibility to move around and use the resources as we find them and need to just change some of the details possibly and take advantage of that. So as if there is the mice into those, we haven't got the mice card, but we've got the snake that might be feeding on the mice and those resources that they're feeding on. So it's more using what is available to us, re-engineering, retweaking it, or, and pivot's a favourite word I've heard lately as well, to actually shift things around so that we are gaining our advantage to be able to have what we would like in our lives. It's shifting that around because we do spend a fair bit of our awake times in work mode. Even though it's a Sunday and most do tend to rest on the weekends, it's something that's present in that field of our work. Just have that in mind through the day to day, but not let it dominate, okay? It's that background. I'm feeling it is in those background parts and sections of our workspace. So what we've got here then in our home space is the stars, and we can actually still move our energy into attaining what we need to. The work part is part of moving that into being able to have the money to be able to get what we need to have happen towards our dreams, our stars, that shining. And it's not just always the shiny object getting our attention all the time. It's putting our focus in a deliberate part of what is our home space, so that it might not be the obvious one. Sometimes it can be that furthest star over there that has the biggest twinkle, even though it's not the biggest star. It could be one of these that has that nicest colour and twinkle. And then we can shift our focus to that and make that our emphasis in our home space, like in context of our home space. So it could be, I mean, what's that saying? It's the squeakiest wheel is the one that gets dealt with first. It's not always. We can decide and change our mind to do it differently. Okay. And it's also taking notice and having the awareness of what is happening in our home life that is gaining the biggest and most attention maybe isn't the one that needs to have the focus at this point in time. So I'm feeling that there could be, if it's in a relationship issue, that you need to be actually reanalyzing and not taking what is the obvious, but what is a bit more of the background. I'm feeling more of that background feel, that dig a little bit deeper, but not so deep that you have to go to China, so to speak. That sort of feeling of actually just really thinking of what is the one that's coming forward for you as the most important in your home space. And it's not always the one that's the shiniest, sparkliest and the rest. It is, it's probably a bit of a decision time with it as to which star to follow, what dream to take up. Then we're going up to the heart that's in our unexpected place and space here. I think it's probably going to show up as something that will just totally surprise you through your day, that you'll feel, oh, that really warms my heart. You'd be about doing whatever you like anyway, or something that you might not like quite so much. But once you actually get into it, there will be that surprise, I'm really enjoying this. It's warming my heart. It's actually giving me joy. It's bringing some really lovely energy into how I'm feeling, and all of that type of thing. It feels, I suppose, probably because it's red, does it mean there's a romantic feature in your day today? Look, it could be, but it could just be something that you're enjoying doing, that as you're moving through and not really concentrating, you're just having fun or whatever, it's really warming your heart, and you have that awareness and recognition of that moment. There'll be a few of those through the day, I'm feeling. Even though it's an overcast and possible, we've got storm warnings or something, strong wind warnings or something in our weather today, you can still be doing some things inside that warm your heart. Find something that, that there is going to be that joy in the day. And, those aha moments are wonderful, aren't they? Even to the point, interestingly, in your role, this is the position that Lily's decided to show up. And, oh, hi, Shalette. Shalette. I'll pronounce it as Shalette. Good morning to you. And what I mention at the start of these daily readings is it's a general card spread reading. It's not one where I do the individual card pulls or readings in that nature. What you're needing to be doing, Shalette, is to actually open up your own intuitive senses, your gut feelings, and have a look at these cards, which one is bringing to your attention what needs to be the focus. They are in a specific layout, which you'll need to go and watch the replay to actually get that gist. What I'm at now is the Lily card that's in your role position as far as the spread goes. And it's actually talking about that peace. I think there is a lily that's actually called a peace lily. It's bringing in what is our prior knowledge and experiences, ancestral genetic knowledge brought through in our genes, our DNA, and all of that we are. So it's It's a space and place that's really a good one for the lily to show up in our role, because we can actually bring that experience and knowledge that we have as, how we're going to be experiencing our day to day, because it is all of our past that is, who we are, our life experiences. Thank you, Charlotte. That is showing up in that space. Our role is to be who we are, and that's all of that past in this present moment. Now, the fact that we're going to be looking at a bit more of where our focus is and what we're doing, what we enjoy doing, how we do find that joy in our heart as well in those unexpected moments. I do feel, because it is a Sunday, it's a day of rest. Find what you enjoy doing. Spend the time with family members and friends if you're in a position to be able to do that, in regards to what restrictions each and every country does have by now. This global issue. Be at peace with it and work within it and find the joy that you can within that. We are moving into the space of the outcome being, the ship. Ships do float. They don't, unless, of course, they've got holes, they'll sink. But ships will float with whatever level of water is around them. So long as there's that depth of water to hold them above and not be grounded, and all that is within that flexibility of, here we've got a sailing ship, but these days we've got motors and all the rest. You can go anywhere on a floating sea of water, you go anywhere on the water as long as you're floating, is what I was trying to say. So ship, in essence, as far as a Lenormand goes, is about travel. It is spending time doing more than just a day trip. It is packing your bags and actually going on a holiday. Traveling for business, it can be. In whatever respect it is, we're probably starting to actually think about moving around more in the freedoms of what is the reduced restrictions as borders open up, especially in Australia, and even other countries have the restrictions around where you can move and everything. So as things ease, we're going to be able to start to plan. So today, it probably is the outcome is you're planning on, and you'll have some little ideas around where you'd like to travel to. That you are going to actually have more of a break, a holiday, pack your bags, have a suitcase or two. It's that type of length of stay. And especially since we are moving into the Christmas period, the holidays, if you're not religious, in all that, whatever countries are celebrating in what ways, it is the biggest time of year that people do travel. So I'm feeling there probably is that ability for you today. Start planning and get that moving, and you'll have a bit of an idea of what you can manage in, and being flexible still and taking that dream forward with what is your family and your home space. That and it could be that it is that you're planning to do that, have those holiday times coming up. Now, it is going to mean all different things to each and every one of you as you go through these cards again, if that's what you do. I'm just going to go back to, I've got to hit the right button. I do know what the right buttons are. I've just got to be on the right screen, and that's fine. So as you're re-looking at what these cards are, the photo of it is in my profile, the Ros Bounty profile. So you can see it as a picture, save the picture, and you can settle on where your eye is taking you, which of the cards is actually speaking to you loudest, or, that your eye goes to first. And whichever of those energies that it's going to be within, whether it's the work, the home, that it's just playing the unexpected, or your role, whether that's the one that, the lily is, you be more at peace with yourself through the day and rest, or plan the holiday as the outcome. Each and every one of those has its specific energies, but just look at the overall story of what it's speaking to you in the context of what's around you in your life right now and today, this morning. So thank you for watching again as I continue on with these daily readings. I still love doing them, and it's just such a pleasure to join with you each morning. I'll be here again around the 8 o'clock. I do have, and I haven't got a link for that yet, I do have my It's a Lenormand thing, just the playing with the cards on a Sunday evening at, I think that's 7:30, but I've got to actually create the link for that tonight. So I'll put that in the Ros Bounty page post for that one. So keep an eye out for that if you've liked that page, and get the notifications just to keep an eye out for those little things that I do in betweens what is my daily live stream. Thank you for being here. Keep being the best person that you are, and namaste until tomorrow, at least. And I shall complete the recording. Thanks, guys.